We're changing our brain and body to live in that future present reality so that you feel connected to a future instead of the past. And when you're connected to the past, you're looking for it. And if you're looking for it, you're separate from it. If you're being it, there's a complete change in energy. And nobody changes until they change their energy. And when you change your energy, you change your life. After 8,500 brain scans, I can tell you that you and I are at our absolute best when we get beyond ourselves. That is the elegant moment where we're free enough to create without any encumbrances. The majority of our thoughts and feelings are connected to our sexuality, to our victimization, our guilt, our suffering, our shame, our unworthiness, our self-doubt, or our importance, our control, our fear, our anger, our frustration, our hatred, our judgment. Those are the first three hormonal centers in the body. And those first three centers have everything to do with survival. And those centers are energy consumers. Orgasm, digestion, stress is a lot of energy that we're drawing from our very vital life force, our resource of light and information, and we're turning it into chemistry, and we're literally robbing the body's energy, right? So then living like that for the short term is okay, because the body can move back to homeostasis, it can restore itself, but when we're overdoing that consistently, then there's no energy for growth and repair, because you're living constantly in survival. So again, you can eat all the right food, you can do all the right things, but if you're living in anxiety and fear and you're viewing your world from the worst case scenario that could possibly happen, because that's what you do in survival, there's no energy for growth and repair. There's no energy for healing. So the majority of our thoughts are signaling certain circuits in the brain that signal another part of the brain, the limbic brain, to make what's called a neuropeptide. Neuropeptides are chemical messengers that signal hormonal centers. So now you're taking thought and you're storing it as energy in these energy centers. And if you're living in survival, why would you open your heart? I mean, it's just not a time to open your heart. I mean, if you're getting chased by T-Rex, it's not a time to meditate. It's not a time to learn. It's not a time to connect. It's not a time to communicate. It's not a time to sit down and go within. It's not a time to be vulnerable. It's time to run, fight, or hide.
Most people don't think that they have control over that. I mean, it's so primitive. It's so in our biology. It's hard to think that you have control over a fear response. Now, there's nothing wrong with having the fear response. There's nothing wrong with getting aroused. The question is, how long? Like, how long is this going to go on for? So you have a reaction 5 days ago from something that's happened, and you're still aroused by that event. You got to agree that you're addicted. You're addicted to that emotion. Keep it going, and it'll become more automatic. You'll constantly be thinking certain ways and doing certain things to reaffirm that addiction to fear. So for the short term, have the fear response. If you can't shorten the refractory period of that emotional response, more than likely you're going to be in a program for the remainder of your day. So what we teach people is how to master the fear. So take anxiety as an example, right? Many people come to the work and they have high amount of anxiety. CEOs, engineers, doctors, nurses, dentists. People can't cross a bridge. There's a business book called Only the Paranoid Survive, I think. Yeah, there you go. And they've tried everything to try to change their anxiety, but what they haven't done is they haven't caught themselves feeling the feeling of fear and practicing with their eyes closed first. Not in their life when they're feeling fear, but let's practice when you're sitting in the meditation and your body starts getting a little anxious, starts getting a little worried, starts getting a little aroused. What are you going to do in that moment? Can you become aware that the body's feeling that emotion, and could you, like taming an animal, settling the body back down from that aroused state back into the present moment? Okay, it goes great. I'm going to do this for 2 seconds, and like a spoiled child it starts getting aroused again. Now, most people think, I'm never going to be able to overcome this, but the act of sitting with that and keep lowering the volume and not letting the body be the mind, but you actually executing being the mind, do that enough times, and you'll condition the body to a new mind. And what happens is the brain stops firing those same circuits. Okay, then the person says, but what if this happens? And what if that happens? And then what if this happens? And they catch themselves going to the worst case scenario, going to the memory of the past. And they keep bringing their attention back to the present moment. What we discovered is if you keep doing that, you get better at it. And when the body, as I said, finally surrenders into the present moment, it cannot be in fear any longer. So the person then that returns back into their life and has lowered the volume to the fear because they've been practicing it will respond less emotionally in their life because they overcome it, right? If they haven't overcome it, then the response is going to be the same. So first thing, eyes closed. You got to practice with your eyes closed, but get so good at doing it with your eyes closed that you can do it with your eyes open. And when it's the hardest, it matters the most. And so, justified, valid or not, those chemicals are not good for you. They're not good whether you're right, whether you're justified. The only person that's hurting is you. Right. So then the person says, okay, well, is this loving to me? Okay, so the fear is real. Okay, so what emotion could you change from fear into? Okay, so we teach people, okay, can you practice breathing and slowing your brain waves down, working with the animal, working with the body, slow your breath down, slow your brain waves down. Yeah, but I don't want to. Okay, do it anyway. Practice slowing your breath down, breathing a little bit slower. Your brain waves start to change. Put your attention on your heart. We have great data to show where you place your attention is where you place your energy. You see a very low frequency of the heart starting to build in the person. So now the heart is getting energy, and then parasympathetic nervous system starts coming up. The body starts moving into that state. Okay, that's really great. Keep doing it over and over again. Keep relaxing into your heart. Energy moving into the heart. The heart informs the brain. The trauma's over, betrayal is over, the event is over, what you're afraid of is over, and it resets the baseline in the amygdala for trauma. And the side effect of that is the person now, when energy moves into their heart like that, they start getting very creative. The heart is a very creative center. Okay, what do I want to do now? Like, what do I want to create now? So it's something that you can only talk around, but when you're in the work and you're practicing it, it's first so important to face off with it with your eyes closed. And it's David against Goliath in the beginning because the program is so ingrained in our biology. And yet people who keep practicing lowering the volume, you see the brain scans, CEOs, as I said, all kinds of different athletes, you see the dramatic change in the brain. There's the anxiety, and now it's gone, and there's just a significant change in a person's subjective view of the world as well.